Good morning. We have a workout to do today on this beautiful Thursday. I'm glad you got up. I'm glad you're doing it, or I'm glad you tuned it in. So I have my usual tools. Oh, I forgot my water. So go get your water. I gotta run upstairs and get my water. I'll be right back. Just talk among yourselves. Okay, I'm going upstairs to get my water as part of my workout. Okay, now everything copacetic. You guys ready to do this? Let's start with marching. So just turn the camera, you have a little different view today. Push arms, sideways. So let's just see how much space I have this way. Arms crossed in front and behind. So arms to the side, do kind of like a little airplane. Your belly is in, your chest is up. You remember to do you, both arms up, both arms down. Hold the hands down, shrug your shoulders. Tap your right toe, then your left toe. Roll your shoulder backwards. Now your heel goes out. Can you add a little bit of elbow? Push your arms forward. Make it a low kick. Pick up your knee. Knee goes out to your side. Heel goes behind you. And this is where I have to be careful. I have a sofa here. Teeter-totter, arms out, lean from foot to foot. A little balance work, 1, 2, and you hold on 3. 1, 2, hold. 1, 2, hold. Now I was tapping my toe, but I could lift it. 1, 2, hold it up. 1, 2. So notice how your core feels when you do that. Engage your core to work on your balance, and you breathe. Back to a march. Bring your feet in for squats. Everyone has a different variation of stance. Some like more narrow, some like wider, some like toes out, some like toes parallel. 2 count down, 2 count up. So let's just see how it's feeling this early part of the workout. The hips are going back, so you less aggravation to the knees, but maybe you don't go that far. Pretty practical stuff. Let's go faster. Now when I stand up, my elbows are pulling back, but I'm not letting the hips thrust up. Just pull my elbows back, get a little shoulders strengthening. I'll do 2 more. Stay up, raise your heels. A little bit of elevation of the heart rate for some. Now we come to ankle circles. You can keep your foot on the floor or lift it up. Let's do the wrist as well. Other foot. Now a little bit of hips. So I'm going to bend both knees, shift my hips from side to side. How does that make your back feel? Pelvic rock, the hips go forward and back. So you tighten your buttock muscles, tighten the tush, squeeze the belly, then stick out your bum. Upper body is quiet, chin up. Okay, round the island we go. Other way. Side stretch, up and over. Ugh. Other side. Let's go right to our hip flexor stretch. Now you might want to move to a wall or a chair. As I position, my feet are hip distance apart. The back heel comes up, the knee is bent, the front knee also bent. I move my hip forward like a pelvic rock. Then I lift up my chest and oh yes, there I feel the front and back leg. Some of you may want to use the arm of the leg that's behind you and lean over. I don't know, just get the feeling of the stretching at the front of the leg. Release, let's set up on the other side. Back heel is lifted, both knees a little bent. Adjust the pelvis and the chest. Oh, this side feels tighter to me today. Maybe you use an arm. You don't always have to use an arm. If the shoulder's not feeling good, you could bend the knee a little more. I'm going to stand on one foot. Doesn't matter, we're going to do both legs. Toes up, hips are back, chest is forward. Tighten up the belly. Roll yourself up, and we do the other foot. The toe is out, the hips are back, the standing knee is a little bent. So you see I move slowly into this hamstring stretch. Away, away. Okay, as I come up, I'm going to just turn down the music a little bit. I want to make sure you can hear all the instructions. So the pattern is walk forward, do two of something, and walk forward back, and do two of something. Or the other way around, do two something in the back, and then do two something in the front. I'll set the feet, I'll add the arms, and we're off. The first one, step touch. Now, remember when you're on carpet, pick up those feet, and you'll see how many 4 steps space you have. So do one more, side to side. Now take 4 steps forward, step touch side to side, and do 4 steps back. How much space do you have? Hold on right here, and we go step touch and back. So I'm figuring out my space so that I stay in your view and don't run into my sofa. So let me give you little arms. They'll reach, pull, and then go up above. Reach, pull, up above. I'm going to change that. Let's make it open and then reach up above. I like that better. Open and reach up. For those of you who find the reaching up not so great for you, reach forward is an option. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Have you figured out your space? Maybe you don't have so much space, so you pretty much do this. Because you can. You might want to. So do one more. Stay right here, march. Second one, step knee. So I'll do a knee up, walk forward, do 2 knees up. Let's count. 1, 2, walk forward. Step knee up, and walk back. Step knee up, walk forward, knee up, and walk back. Belly is in, you're up tall. Shall I add the arms? Goes like this. Then monkey time. Over the hip, then zigzag the arms. Doesn't matter which arm goes up because they both get together and go off to the side. Now I'm doing this all grounded. There are some zippity-doo options, but we'll get to them after we get a little more warmed up. Last one. Stay here, just knee up. So the next one, heel back. So I'm pulling the arms back, but we'll set the arms later. 2 more than walk. 1, 2, walk forward. Step heel, walk back. Step heel, come up. These are hamstring curls, right? Intuitively, I think your arms want to do this, but the walk is where the arms will get a little complicated. They go over your head, out to the side, overhead and down. Oh yes. Something for the brain. Out and up. Does that cue help you? Out, up. Out and up. So remember, those arms are always secondary. If you can't quite figure out the arms, then you just work with the feet and the arms will show up later. We'll do one more. Okay, then there's one more. Stay here. So we did step touch, which eventually can be a jumping jack. We did step knee in front. We did step heel behind. The next one's for our hips. Step open up. Now back to that core. Remember how important it is so you're not tipping over like this. And we'll do the same pattern. 1, 2, walk forward, 4. Here it comes. 1, 2, walk forward. Step leg side. And back. Yep, I think I kicked the couch. Spatial awareness. I wish more people had it out and about. So the arm pattern will just keep the same. The elbows are up and they'll just keep going out, whether you're walking or whether you're lifting. How's that one? So all these marches or walks that I'm doing forward and back can turn into a little prance if you're feeling like you can. Woo! I'm warming up. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep going. I think my battery on my this is not going to be the best quality. We're now using the speaker in my iPhone, so the quality may sound a little different, but at least we have some tunes. Last time, I don't know where you are. Let's stay right here and march and go grab a sip of water. Since I got mine, you get yours. All right, now you notice that was always a right foot lead. So with the right foot lead, we want to be a little careful because when I get you over on the left side, it's going to switch and your brain will go, what? So let's put all those together. So it's the step touch, followed by the step knee, followed by the heel back, and then lastly the legs out to the side, right? Don't worry about the arms. I'm likely to flow them up myself. Coming in 4, 3, step, and tap. Going back. One more time. We'll do 2s in each one, just so you don't panic on me. Now here's the knees up. Monkey arms. And here's the heels go back. Remember the arms for that one? And here's the last one where the legs go side. Now I've left the music at the slower tempo so our brains can keep up with everything. Okay, let's stay right here. Now here is the plan. After I do this one and go forward, I'm not going to walk back. Instead, after I come forward and do my second leg lifts, I'm going to do one grapevine to the side. And you'll stay up close to me and we'll start the whole thing from the beginning on your left leg going backwards. So get on back. I'll get you through. We'll do twos in each one of the patterns and then I'll show you how to get to the other side. Here we go. Come up. Go back. Once more. Last one like this. Here's your knee. Ooh, she did a little jogging. Feel free. The next one is the heel pull with the arms going up and down. Here. Once more, like this. Watch out for your furniture. This one is a traveling one. Legs go sideways. Now do one grapevine. Stay right here, step touch. Oops, did you go back? Get up here. Step touch on your left. So the first one will be to walk back. It'll make sense. Let's start. Step, tap, walk back. Step, tap, walk or jog forward. Do it again, see? And back. Go. This one's the knee lift. And back. And the knee lift. Feels different. Do the knee again. With the arms. Okay, here's where the heels go back. Then they go up. You're on the left leg. Leg out. Back. Okay, now you don't walk back on this. Step touch side to side. Oh wait, you do go back on that. Okay, so my bad. Let's go this. Get with me doing this. So I do this one, 2, and I do go back. So let's do 2, 1, 2, go back. Now do 2. Now don't go anywhere, grapevine. There we go. That's right. See, I told you I kind of fouled it up. I think some of you know this better than me. So we'll do one on each side. Step tap. Come forward. Step tap. Go back. Knee up. Come forward. Knee up. Go back. Heel back. Come up. Heel back. Go back. Leg side. Now this is a tricky one. Now you don't go anywhere. You do one grapevine. Step tap. Walk back. Step tap. Walk forward. Step knee. Go back. Step knee. Come forward. Heels go back. Back up. Heels back. Come up. And here's the step leg side. Go back. Stay here. Do one grapevine now. Step touch. On the right leg. Should be. Step knee. Step knee. Heels back. Heels back. Leg side. Now stay up here on the leg side and do one grapevine. Step touch. Back up. Step touch. Move forward. Knee. Knee. Heel back. Heel back. Leg side. This is tricky. Go back. Leg side. Don't go anywhere. Do one grapevine. Step touch or jack. What? Knee up. So you don't have to jack. I just do that in here for fun. Heels. Heels. Legs out. Come up. Stay here. Do one side. Now one grapevine. Step touch or jumping jacks. And back. Step touch or jack. Here's step knee. You're on the left leg. Monkey. Heels back. Up. Now the legs are sides. This is tricky. Go back. Do one on each side. One grapevine. Step touch or jack. Come up. Step touch or jack. We're mixing up. Here's your knee. Come up. And the knee. Woo, you gotta breathe. Heels back. Up. Now the leg side. Tricky. Come up. One time, leg side, one grapevine. Step touch or jack. Go back. Step touch or jack. Come forward. Knees, step knee. Go back. Step knee. Come up. Heels go back, you pull. Legs go side. And back, you're gonna stay in the back. Do one grapevine, we're at the beginning. Jacker, step touch. Upward. Jacker, step touch. You do you. Knee up. Forward. Knee up. Build some stamina. Heel back. Heel back. Leg side. Come up. Leg side. And one grapevine to your right. Step touch or jack and go back. Step touch or jack and come forward. Step knee. Go back. Step knee. Come up. Heels back. Heels back. Leg side. Stay here, do the grapevine. I'm not going to talk. Just do it. Okay, one last time. Grapevine. I'm with you. Jack or step touch, step touch. Step knee. Woo, stamina, baby. Stamina. Heels. Try and keep that intensity up, leg side. Get ready for your grapevine to your right. Jackers, step touch. Go back. Jackers, step touch. Knee. Knee. Heel back. Stay with it. Heel back. We're at the last part, leg side. Okay, do one grapevine. Walk 3, lateral lunge. Walk 4, like I said. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The leg that steps out brings you back. Out. I'm going a little bit further. Now you may find you need a little back support. You may find you want a little more challenge. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you don't have a whole lot of space, you just do that little march in place. If you wanted to do a grapevine because you had that space, feel free, I'm off. Woo! Couple more. Not thinking, just doing. Core, so important for your back. Hips to take care of the knees. Go back. Now without the walk, just step lateral lunge. Don't forget to come up. Last 4. Come on, get down a little more. Stay here, kick. Catch your breath. Just kick your right foot. Side kick. Kick it back behind you. Stand on your right foot, kick your left foot forward. How'd that go? Breathe. Kick sideways. Come on, you can do it. Try. Foot goes back. 4 more. Oy, oy. March in place. Woo. All right, so instead of kicks, we're going to do leg lifts. Again, work on balance. Stay here, lift your leg. Now, if you need the floor, it's there, but otherwise try and keep it up. Side. Try not to touch the floor. Straight leg behind you. May help your back to lean forward a little. Stand on your right, lift your left foot. You can touch the floor, but try not to. Now to the side. Woo! Breathe. Now we go back. Squeeze your bum. The leg is straight. 4 more. Whoa. March. Yeah, a little challenge there, huh? Okay, we're going to do wall, chair, or any kind of furniture you want push-ups. So let's work on the quality of the push-up. So that means your elbows. Well, let me do here. So I'm on the sofa. I go forward and I touch the sofa and come back up. If I wanted to bring my chair, or there's an ottoman over there, I could hold the chair edge. Do my push-up without banging my head on the back of the chair. Now, I don't have a wall really close, but I'll show you with this one. Put your hands on the wall and do your push-up. If your hands don't like this, be on your knuckles. So there's a lot of ways you can do your push-ups. You just do the ones you can do. You can't see me. I don't have any wall in here for me. Oh, maybe I can do it over here. Not so good. You're just doing the push-ups you can do. I'm going to have to get here. I just can't find a good place. Keep your head up, whether you're at the wall, on a chair, a counter is perfect. And how many you do doesn't matter. You do what you can do plus one. Some of you might want to access the floor. Okay, give yourself two more. Get some water and walk around. And we'll use our chair. And we're going to use tubing. Now you can use free weights for this, so let's get this set up. So here's my chair. Here's my tubing. I'm going to go green, means I'm using a little lighter. Now, two things happen. So mimic me if you've got tubing. Hold the handles. Step on the right side with your right foot, and then step apart with your left foot. So you see they're not equal. The right one is shorter. Because when I bend my right knee, I'm going to bend my right arm, doing a bicep curl. Now the challenge will be when I bend the left knee, laterally open, no higher than your shoulder. You may have a really resistive band and don't go that high. It should not hurt. So it'll be a pattern of bending to the right, bending to the left. You'll notice the core work as you work each muscle group differently on each arm. Now let me show you if you don't have tubing and you want to use weights. Very similar. It just doesn't have the continuation. That's what I like about the band. So the left arm is down, the right palm is up. So you see you can do this. It's just a different feeling. So pick your position. We'll do the right side first, a break, and we'll do the other side. Okay, everybody good to go? Got your water. Right foot set up if you're using tubing. Feet are apart. We're going to go to the right first. Belly in, let's do this. Be mindful. Nothing should hurt, but I want you to feel challenged. So it's a lateral raise. Tubing can be a little slingshot-like, so control the tubing. Don't let it snap back. Four more. Three more. Tighten your core. It's going to help us. Last one. Those of us with tubing, be careful. Make sure it goes flat before you remove it. Now, if you've had enough and you want to go to weights, mix and match. Okay, look at they're uneven. My toes are slightly out. Left palm up, right arm. Maybe take a test. Make sure you have the resistance good for you. If you're using weights, that's fine. Here we go. Left, right. It's just a little bend of the knee. And why am I bending the knee? Why don't I just do it this way? Because it gives me a little more to work with. Gives me a little more core work to add to this. Watch your wrist. When the right arm goes out for that lateral raise, the palm is down, the wrist is neutral. How you doing? Here's 4, 3, 2, your last one. Okay, for those of you with tubing or who wish not to go to the floor, you're going to take your tubing and put it behind you, under your arms. So let me get up here and show you. I have tubing in my hand and the handles, and then this is at my back. So this is my pushing, my chest press, and I'll do this. Now check your shoulders, keep them down, stand or sit solid. But for those who have weights, who might like to do the floor, you'll get to the floor on your own terms. And when you're down, not everybody's going to go down, but for those of us who are doing this, ponytail placement is important. So my elbows are to the side, my weights go up over the chest, and I turn the dumbbells in so they're end to end, touching, palms in, then I turn my palms out. So my thumbs come together, then my pinky finger goes out. I have a neutral spine. So if you're doing the bands, remember that's an endurance tool, so you just do that a bunch of times. If you're down on the floor like me, be very mindful where you put your weights. They don't go over your neck. They come up over your chest, and you blow. If you fatigue with either of the tools, you can put them down and continue just using your arms. Or you take a break and then you come back and do a second set. I'm going to put you in charge of this. Okay, everybody take a little break. So if you're on your back, you can just let your weights rest here. And the next one is a little tricky. If I had the tubing, I'm not going to stand up again, I'll just show you behind my back. If I have the tubing, it's the fly. And this would be one if you had shoulder concerns to be careful of. So you'll push the arms forward with tension. They open. This is easy, so the hard part is, and you're coming at the fullest part of the chest, whether you're on the floor or standing up. And you feel your shoulder blades broaden as you slowly bring the tubing together, your hands together. Now it's a little bit more depending on what weight you're using. So you're still, if you're on your back, you'll start up here like the people with the tubing. And what tends to happen is the arms tend to flare up like a V, but I want you to think of letter T and not letting your arms actually touch the ground. Now my elbows are a little bent, so they're not locked straight, but they're not bent, they're just a little bent. So there's that. So everybody got what they're doing? All right, let's work on this. Remember, you can drop the weights or the tubing and just recruit the muscles with your arms. External resistance is not always called for everyone. So you be you. Hard breath is going to give you a lot of support. Give me a letter T. Okay, everybody rest. If you're on the floor, make your way to your side. Wait for your blood pressure to adjust. So we're going to go to the back, posterior deltoid. I have my weights down here. You can turn to your hands and knees. If you're near your chair, you can get help from the chair. I can still get up without my hands, so I'm going to hold my weights and stand up. Yeah, as I could. All right, so I'm going to scoot this up. You can see posterior deltoid right back here. So it's not just the rhomboids that cause this. It's these muscles become weak. These muscles become strong because of everything we do out here. And so this. So we're going to work back here. That means the arm is going to be straight, not to confuse it with the tricep. If I use no resistance, might want to be on the back of the chair. The leg behind me is the arm that I'm using. And that's it. That's simple. If I prefer to use tubing, I could either stand on one end, or I could hold the tubing and hold the bar, the back of the chair, and then I go here. Again, the tubing offers continuous resistance, really nice through the range of motion. I like this one, and it's not going to fly out of my hands. And if you didn't have tubing or just didn't want to use it, you're going to hold the handle of the weight palm inward, and you're just going to go up. And the caution is this doesn't become swinging. You go up and you slowly lower down. So your hand on the chair back is lending support to your back, but that doesn't absolve you from squeezing your belly. Keep your head up. You should begin to feel the back of the shoulder. Now let's top it off with just a little tug. Stay up and just keep that elbow straight and lift that weight back, or push that tubing back, or without anything, just move your arm back. 8. 4 more. And release. Now ascertain how it feels when you're in transition. It should feel like it's like, ooh, resolving in a good way. All right, same thing other side. Maybe be different. If there's some issue on one side, not on the other. Again, this is a fair option. But I make a little more of it since I don't have external resistance. That means I squeeze, in my mind, the back of my arm. Maybe I'll try tubing for this one, because I like this one. So the leg behind you is the arm that you're working. It doesn't bend and straight. My arm is straight. And I go back. Front knee is bent, back leg is straight, nice and smooth. All the while you're invested in this movement. What does it feel like to you? Are you in good form? Inquiring minds want to know. And you breathe. I'm going to do the little tugging one. Woo! Come on, push it back. Squeeze that muscle in the back of your shoulder. Elbows straight. 4, 3, 2. Good for me, good for you. Let's release. Okay, let's leave those arms alone. Go a little bit with some legs. Anytime you need water, you get a sip of water. Okay, here's my thing. I'm going to use the chair, but you don't have to. So these are touch and goes. I'll sit sideways. So I touch the chair and I come up. What am I doing? I'm doing a squat. Because some of you have knee issues, the chair might be the better option. Because maybe as we're repeating the touch and the go, you maybe need to land for a few and then come back up. So I find once that I'm going, I don't want to slow down. I just want to keep going. If you don't need to use the chair, you don't have to use the chair. Let's slow this down a little bit. All right, so if I'm not using the chair, what is she doing? This. And I like to mark my elbows onto my thighs. You may want your hands on your thighs. And here's what I see when I take classes. You tell me, what do you see here that's not right? I'm not fully standing up, so I'm just keeping the load on my back. I need that back side, my posterior chain, to connect. Squeeze my glutes, zip my zipper, and lift my chest without thrusting the hips forward. So each time you stand up, that's important. Now I'm going to go in and out of the chair, but you can do the ones that you need to do. I think we're going to do about 3 sets. So honor your knees, honor your back, do what you can do. We want to feel our quads and perhaps our back sides. All right, so here we go. Hand up. I need for you to stay up after the next one. I'm moving my legs. Round 1. Okay, I'm up to round 2. I'm not going to use the chair. Okay, ready or not? Here we go. Squeeze your bum. Two more. Stay up on your last one, even if you sat in a chair for a while. Now I'm going to grab weights for my last set. Why would I do that? Well, I just made myself 12 pounds heavier. I'm still going to hold my hands where I had them before, but I have a little more body weight. So what is that called? Rucking? Have you heard of rucking? For those of you who are walkers, rucking is a thing. What you do is you take your backpack and you put your weights in them, or some rocks. That's rucking. And you do your walk with a heavier load. All right, so chair, no chair. Weights, no weights. Do the best you can. Let's go. You can finish. One more. Oh yeah. Wow, that was good. I'm glad we did 3 sets. Take a seat after you feel your heart rate is recovered. All right. So bicep tricep combo. My knees come together. My hands are by my side. I bend the elbows on 1. I lean forward on 2. I straighten the elbows on 3. Hold them. I straighten up on 4. We've done this for years. Keep it mindful. Here I go. Bend, hinge, straighten, sit tall. Feel rather mechanical, so that one move doesn't flow to the next. It's more independent. My legs are together. I might want a pillow between the legs if that bothered my hips. And you remember why we put our knees together and squeeze them a bit? It gives support to our back. Those adductors, inner thigh muscles, give a little support to the muscles in the back. Couple more. Now we're going to finish with just the kickbacks, just the triceps. So stay here and come back. Now do you see my hands are only coming to the pocket? Don't bring them back up to the shoulder. Hold your core Keep your chest lifted. Stop when the elbows are straight. Stop when the elbows are at your side. And breathe. And let's call it good. I'm going to set my weights down, carefully unloading them. I don't want to inadvertently pull something in my back. I don't want that to happen to you. Okay, this might have a rotational aspect that may not be good for you. So instead of going across, you'll just do the forward. You remember this one? It's really just a tightening of the belly. If that's all you did, you could even pull your own shirt up and look at your own belly. That's all that's really happening. Transversus abdominis, TVA, is squeezing those muscles, sliding, flattening the belly. Pay no attention to the extra padding you have on top. Tightening the belly and releasing. So you see, I'm not rounding over. And if that's all you did, that'd be great. So it could just be this. It could be a little bit. And maybe I'm just lifting a heel. Those with osteoporosis have to be mindful of what the bones can tolerate, even in bending. There are people with such brittle bones that just bending over can be problematic. If you thought you could do a leg lift, that's going to recruit a little more at the lower end of the rectus ab, the part that attaches to your pubic bone. If you felt you could put your hands behind your head. If you're lifting a leg, it's not pounding back down to the floor. If the hands are on your head or shoulders, they're not pulling. You're leading with your chest forward. The arms are just up there out of the way. Now I'm going to start doing a crossover. For those of you who aren't going to cross over, you'll just continue doing this, what you're doing. Okay, here I go. Here's more modified with just the heel. Here's me still pulling my belly in. Everything I was doing, I'm still doing. The only difference is I've added a bit of a rotation. Now we're not working against gravitational pull like those that might be laying on the floor. So you have to be more mindful to recruit those muscles to create the movement. Last two of whatever variation. And then let's rest on our forearms. So when I do that, I do feel that my back is working, and I know I have some issues, so I'm trying to be careful for me. You may not have issues, so you can probably just do that really nice. So there's another way to work through our core, and that's isometric. So we're going to do planking. Planking can be on the hands, but not everyone can use the hands. Sometimes holding your weights, putting your knuckles there, or you can use forearms. In either of those options, your shoulders get strong too. If you don't let them do this, if you're not this person. So you anchor your shoulders, you press, 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 and then you solidify. And then because we're planking, we're getting that pull of gravity. Now I find counters to be wonderful places to plank, but I'm going to use my chair. Might be a little hard on my arms, so I'm going to stick a pillow on the seat of my chair. That's just for comfort. That's nothing to do with the exercise. That's to make my arms feel better. As you step into your plank, the hips are not high, and the hips are not resting on the chair. It would be here. And if I wanted to be on my knuckles, again, because I have a hard chair, this might be the better option. If I wanted to do the floor, let's just say I can do the floor, I'm good at the floor, then I put myself to the floor, hands under my shoulders. So everybody get in a plank position, hips not too high or low, chin is up, and you're breathing. Maybe feel that your legs are squeezing together for all the reasons you know to be good. Hang in there, don't stop. We're gonna transition and get a little cool down music going here. Find something nice. And count backwards from 10, and we'll say you're good. So we'll call you good. All right, if you did go down on the floor, you can stay there. We're going to do some stretching, or you can bring yourself up to the chair. So we'll do the 2 first. How are you? So if you're on the floor, you're going to lay on your back, put one ankle on one knee, and then pull the knee towards your chest of the other leg. You said what? Here, I'll show you. If you're on your back, you put one ankle on the other knee, and then you pull the knee that's out. And that's that. If you're doing the chair one, you know how that one works. It's this, and leaning. Now I'm going to invite you to pay attention to your breathing and the sensation of sinking and releasing around the area that we're trying to be stretching, in this case the hips or the glutes. Notice how your body feels as we activate the parasympathetic nervous system, the antithesis of the fight or flight. If you're on your back, you're going to let the legs come down and switch. If you're seated, you're going to try not to use your hands. Bring yourself upright. So you see what we're doing when we're sitting is we're bringing the torso forward. If you happen to be doing this on your back, the spine is already supported for you, which is why for some people it's a better option. And then you hold under this leg and you bring the legs to you. In either case, you're coming together. So I might want to move my head around, just make sure I'm not holding tension there. Again, my breath is nice and easy. I'm going to go to a hamstring stretch. So if you are on the floor, you might want to come to a kneeling position. If you're in a chair, you might want to go here. If you wanted to stand up, you can elevate the leg. If I were on the floor and I wanted to do, you say what? You get on your knees, you put one foot forward, and you do it this way. Oh, that's really good. I would say do the one leg on your back and hold it up, but most people, when they get to this part, they can't get the leg straight, so they're really not, they're trying to get the leg far, but you see the knee is bent. I feel nothing in the back of my leg. So I need this leg straight, whether you're doing this option, the kneeling option, the seated option, or the standing option. All right, switch legs. So I guess I have to go charge up my little speaker. We're going to do a little calf stretch for those who maybe did their jumping jacks. Those of you on the floor, take your time getting up. Try not to use your hands. If you have to use your hands, you have to use your hands. Just try not to use your hands. Okay, calf stretch does not need to have anything to hold on to. You just have one heel down, and then you want to lift the spine. So you remember the spine has the vertebra and the disc, and the vertebra and the disc, and sometimes they don't sit as nicely because of gravity, things we may have done to ourselves. So feel that things are lifting. Lift and separate. Wasn't that a bra commercial, lift and separate? Yeah, I think that was. All right, let's go to the other calf. So those feet are parallel. You think down with the heel. You lift up with the chest. You have that space in your vertebra. Feels good down there. And we stay in our stretches for a little bit because there's a stretch reflex. It takes a little time before the brain tells the body, oh, just stretch. As we face one another, just be careful as those arms float around your body. And then maybe take an elbow back. If it's available, over your head. And then both arms will go over your head. I'm going to hold my hands together. You probably won't be able to see. And just gently pull to one side and then pull to the other side. And as I release, I feel like my heart rate has come down. I feel like I've done my little workout. I've exercised my brain. I got to spend time with you guys, which was always really good. So I'm glad you carved out some time for you today. I don't know what you're going to do next, but I hope you have a good time. I'm going to pause this just for a minute.